Our group name is Rise Effect. Let me introduce my group members, Mr. Arhan Mahbub and Mr. Shafa Inafi. Alright. First, the employment, future employment in Bangladesh. The topic we were discussing with, we were working with actually. The first is the situation. High competition in job market. Let me tell you some bullet points first. High competition in job market. Students after certificates rather than skills. More young people than jobs. Students avoiding vocational training. Now, what is high competition in job markets? Now, let me give you an example. I'm a student of BBA, like in a university, in a BBA faculty, there are a lot of thousands of students gonna pass in the same year. Okay, now I'm gonna apply for a job because my background is from a BBA. My further procedure for a job will be the BBA even. The thousands will go for the same job, but the criteria for the job sections, they're providing only 500 seats. 500 people gonna get the job and 500 will not get a job. What is happening actually? The 500 people will be in unemployment service because they're specialized only in one sector, not in every sector. Why? Because people have set their minds to only one sector. Okay, I have to just get a certificate, do my skills, and just get a job. That's it. Now, students offer certificates rather than skills. That's what I was talking about. Students, we have a motto. We need to get a certificate and get a job. Anyhow, whatever the certificate is, whatever the job is, we just need to do it. And students avoiding the vocational training. As we know that, what is vocational training? Vocational training is a process like a skill. It develops a student's or person's skills technically. Then, let me go to the second part. There are a lot of problems in here. As we can see, the problems. What are those? The mindset of parents and society, inability of exploring one's talent or skills, extreme desire to be socially acceptable, judging jobs as per class, teaching models outdated. Now, first, let me tell you about the mindset of parents and society. As I told you before, we are running after the certificates only, not with the skills. Okay, our parents are telling us like, okay, you just need a certificate and get a job, prestigious job. That's it. You cannot do other things. You just need to set your mind to get a job. Because the society we are living in has some perception of living. That class we have divided. Okay. Then the inability of exploring one's talent or skills. As people are trending to do their only one thing in their life. Okay, I just need one subject to study. That's it. I just need a certificate. But they have the talent in different sectors. Could be, right? Could be you could have some different talents, but they are not using it. They are not utilizing it because of the society. What's gonna society say to me? What my parents gonna ask me? Like, what are you doing in your life? Then, extreme desire to be socially acceptable. That's what I was saying. Are the society going to accept me for my reasons? What am I doing actually? Or not? They are not going to accept me because I have some different skills. Or I'm staying in BBA. No, I have some other skills on photographic sector. But I'm not doing it because of the societal problem. Judging jobs as per class. Now, let me give you an example. In Bangladesh, we students will not get enough. Lots of students do not work in like restaurants. Like we class the jobs actually. Like if I'm gonna get a job in KFC, I'm not gonna do it. What is the reason I'm not gonna do it? The reason is, if we take the example of USA University like Howard University, the students have accepted their job opportunities in McDonald's even. I'm just giving a single example of it. But being a Bangladeshi, we are not doing it because the society has placed some classes. Now, the teaching models outdated. Now, the thing is that our education system in Bangladesh nowadays is totally outdated. Why? Because as we know it, if I'm studying in one subject, the teacher is day by day, year after year, teaching the same thing, same subject, same point. Why? Let them make them skill, make them think about more, make them more skilled about, let the student know about more. If we make them skilled, and the student will be more skillful. Thank you so much, and I would like to invite Mr. Shafai Nafi for the presentation. Thank you.
So the problem was modifying the vocational training system. So let's speak about the alternatives and solutions that we can do. So first can be training programs on entrepreneurship. We can encourage students to become entrepreneurs rather than achieving a degree or certificate and do a high-class job. It doesn't. The student need to. We need to encourage the students through training so that they can have the feeling of giving an organization of their own, which, on the other hand, helps unemployment. It serves unemployment. Another thing we can say is workshops to explore talents. Normal training programs, they just speak about what the students can do, but they can hold or carry out workshops, creation activities or skillful activities through which a student can prove his or her skills. And the last thing, counseling and about diverse career paths. The vocational training programs only focus on a certain path, like after BBA, after MBA, and there are limited number of subjects proposed in our country. But we can bring in new vocational trainings where a diverse path education career or sector might be introduced, like human psychology or about environmental studies, nutrition studies, and health issues, and etc. So another part is, what is the big concept? What is the big idea behind improving this vocational training? Change the perception of education. The perception of education is the meaning that the students have about education. What is it? We just need education to improve our class in our society. But no, the perception should be changed in case of students, parents, and teachers. The education is needed to make a person civilized, not improve his class in the society. So definitely, students should pursue his education to become more educated and intelligent, but they should choose a career based on the skills and what they can do. And that's it from me, and now I'll ask Mr. Anwar to take the dais.
Let's see more of the solutions in a creative and innovative way. We've seen in the past that every change, every good change has been involving innovation at some point or the other. Now, what new things can we do? There are career paths that people are not aware of. The concerned authorities can campaign on new career trends, the jobs or the technical craftsmanship that students could learn and apply them. And then there's parental training. The parents are the first source of education for a child. If he or she motivates the student in his primary and secondary level, he could, set that child's future for in the positive direction. And then the recruitment trends. The trends we hear of that you have to have a bachelor's degree or a master's degree. Do we see the use of that degree in that job? That's a crucial question. In many cases, I don't think so, especially in banks where you use automated softwares to do accounting, whereas you learn the same accounting in its older version in your BBA. Then let's see the actions that could be implemented for the problems that we've seen previously. The concerned authorities, such as the BTEB, could review the fields, vocational fields, because the technology is changing day by day. One form of technology that is existent today won't be the same 5 years from now. So the students who will be learning the technical skills, those skills need to be updated. So the curriculum has to be dynamic. And then the concerned authorities could arrange a communication hub where the graduate vocational students could communicate, could get a platform to communicate with the possible employers, for example, industries and companies, etc. And then there's a case of teachers.
Time over. So you have only 10 seconds to wrap it up.
There's a case of teachers. The teachers, as my teammates say, are outdated in their teaching methods. They're archaic, as you said in the case. So if they're updated, they will be teaching the students to be more motivated about their work, and they will let the students know what the demands are. And then we have our long run
Guys,
aspects.
your 10 seconds are over. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Oh.
So that will be all for our presentation. Thank you.
Alright, I have only one observation and one question. My first observation is you guys spent half of your time behind 20% of weightage. That is situation analysis and problem identification and justification. That was the wrong move. You don't really need to read out the slides and then explain it. Don't waste your time like that. That's a bad thing to do. So you actually missed out 10%. That is your feasibility. You don't get any marks here. My next question is, could you please go to the creative thoughts slide? Alright. My question is, parental training and office recruitment trend must be changed. What would be the rationale from the banks to change their recruitment policy? Why would they change it? Especially if it's a private bank. Government bank, fine, they can, if the government asks them to do
Already
it.
government organization, private commercial organization.
Why would they change the recruitment plan?
The private banks, they are running in this country as well as the government banks.
Right.
So they are equally responsible for the unemployment of youngsters.
But are they legally bound to do that?
No, they are not legally
Then
binding, they are
why?
ethically binding.
No, but how would you charge them if they don't?
That's why, sir, I think they must. It's not a rule.
So what if they
Our-
don't?
It's our suggestion, sir.
Right, but then again, let's say you guys are consultants here, right? So you guys are here to suggest a proposition which would take us to the solution. So the proposition you're telling us here, if it's not a mandatory thing, then why you are telling it? And if it's a mandatory thing, then how would you implement it? And if it's not implemented, then what's going to happen? That's my question.
In this case, the government would intervene with the private sector because
Can they do that? Can they do that? Can the government intervene the recruitment policies of a private organization?
they cannot exactly change it, but they can at least give consultation to the private sectors to consider changing
Again, my point, sir, that they can tell,
Yes.
you can do this. And being a private organization, I tell, no, I won't. What will happen?
In that case,
That's one thing, sir. Second question is, you can also answer this together. Parental training, right? So why would my parents would go to a training to know something about vocational training? Why? What would be their rationale?
parents, they have a huge role in what the child
Absolutely, I get the
goes
point.
on to study in the future.
I absolutely get the point.
Yeah.
Changing the parents' mindset is very important. I understand that. I agree to that. My question is, why would my mother would go to a training session? That is my question. What would be her rationale? Because otherwise, she has a dream of making me a doctor or engineer or a banker. So why would he go to a training?
I want to just answer that.
Yeah, sure.
The thing is that if you want to be, your mother wants you to be a doctor. But the thing is that you want to be a teacher or you want to be a lecturer or whatever you want to be. The thing is that your mother gonna put her decision on you, like you have to be a doctor, and
Right.
you're focusing on being a doctor and studying hard and hard and hard. But you're not liking to do it. You want to be a lecturer on different sector, or it could be like engineering, or it could be like business sector.
Now you're answering it wrong, sir. My question was,
Yes, sir. Sorry for that, if I'm answering
I
wrong.
understood your thoughts behind the point.
Yeah,
that
that
is taken. My question is very simple. Why would my mother, from her busy schedule, go to a training?
That is,
What
you
is
need
her
to change the parents'
rationale?
mind actually.
You need to. Why would she go there? That is my question. What is her rationale behind it?
Because she, as my perception, my personal thinking, actually, I don't know, it's been like a long time somewhere else. The thing is that my mom gonna go there for my future.
Why? She already thinks you are good and she wants you to be a doctor, and she believes deep in her heart.
That is a problem going on in our society. We need to
Exactly,
change it.
exactly. So how you are going to take your mother to that training? That is my question, sir. I totally
How
get your
to take
thought.
her? Okay, fine. First of all, if I'm the son, I'm gonna go to my mother, like, mother, I wanna study something else. You want me to be a doctor? Okay, fine, I really appreciate it. Like, son, I really appreciate that you want me to be a doctor. Okay, fine. But I want to be something else. Okay, what you want to be? My mother gonna ask me, what you want to be? Okay, you're talking total nonsense. You cannot talk that things. But like, okay, mother, can you just come with me? There is a like session, okay, there's a session like professional skills that includes like it's gonna tell you what will be the like benefits of my future, what I can be in the future. Okay, I can be a doctor, I can be a good doctor, I can earn money. The thing is that my skills are not in that way. My skills are totally different from that sector. My sector is totally different, so I want you to help me because without your permission, because in Bangladesh, the society had made that decision, we have to obey their permission. We need to take their permission, obey their, like whatever they're telling us, we need to obey them. So we need to change it. We need to change our society. That is our, sir, my answer. I'm sorry if I'm
All right.
telling you wrong
No.
things. So
All right.
Okay, thank you. Very smart presentation. Our main task was that how we can explore our vocational training by redesigning the present system. Correct? The second is how we can promote. So we need to identify the root causes. You already mentioned some causes. So we need to identify what is actually which one is the main root causes. For example, we need to identify the main focus group, the present scenario. Who is our focus group? These people are getting training from the vocational training center. Why they are not interested to the other people? So this is you
Yes, sir.
clearly mentioned this focus group. For example, in present system, most of our unemployed youth in the rural area are getting this training rather than the urban people or rich people. Rich people or even in the middle income people, they are basically interested in general training, general education, or engineering, or doctor, or the general institutions. But in the low income people or lower group and poor people, because they need to work, the physical work. For example, most of the we are exporting skilled and unskilled labor outside the world. This is a very huge area. So, first one, you have to identify the root causes and how we can address these issues. This you need to gradually, you have to create huge demand rather than training of the parents or encouraging the students. Or you already mentioned one places in the you are students avoiding vocational training. Actually, students are not avoiding. Our system not promoting.
yes, sir, that is the thing. Our system is not actually promoting it. Like we know about education, we know about universities, so that's why we are heading towards the university and heading towards the education system because we know about it. The campaign already been started in our society. Without an education, you cannot prosper in your life. That is same thing goes with the person you told like unemployment. Like I can tell you some skills things like in government sectors. There are thousands or like I can tell you the millions of people who are totally illiterate but full of skill. But the government sectors are recruiting those people for what reason? For their skills.
So also something another.
Yes.
Actually, our vocational, if you want to explore this thing or promoting this thing in some reasonable round. For example, the vocational training center gives them certificate.
Yes.
So our target people is these rural people, unemployed people. So they need this certificate, validity of this certification. For example, if these people work outside the country, it would be international standard certificate. So which organization gives the certificate, they do not validate this thing. So this is the problem. So if you want to address this thing, I think you can incorporate some area, particularly focus group, and even do you think that we have any policy regarding the professional training versus professional training and general training?
I think that population training is already immersed in Bangladesh. It's already happening in Bangladesh. The training is already been going. Our motivation is the system they're running is already immersed in Bangladesh as we know it. It's already established. We need to establish it more. Let the people let the people go to that skills, like work with them and get the certificate of like professional skills and all, like rather than only the education seeks them in. And your second question was, sir?
Excuse me, I would like to interrupt here.
Yeah.
We have already
Standardization of
Yes.
the certification.
Standardization of the certification. Alright. The thing is that the population process is going to provide us a certificate that you are in full of skill, then you can do this job, then I'm providing you this certificate. Alright, fine. But you need an education too. Without an education, without only with the skill certificate, you cannot run. The problem, the unemployment will run again and again and again. The thing is that we need to immerse it, combine both together. The thing is that if a training session of like whatever it is, whatever I can say is like VET, the population training system, we can say that the teachers, they're teaching there, they're teaching the same thing day by day, same process in the same way. We need to teach them. Let them introduce themselves to the students. Okay, I'm teaching you these things. Okay, come to me. Let the students have the eagerness to learn. The thing that we know, okay, we are here to learn something. Okay, this teacher is delivering the process, delivering the speeches, but he's getting the speeches, but he's not asking. Let the teacher be more skillful and be with the students, and let he know all the problems about the students and proceed with the further way. That's also.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you.